because I eat like a toddler. Middle lane is that no man's land. Like, it's just so confusing. There's our neighbor's goat family. I'm gonna take some what we call cookies, oat bars, over and feed them.
We got scary horns. We got little tiny teeth. All right, let's go now. Oh, hi, baby. Hi. No. Here you go, Nanny. All right, babies, come here.
So just home from church and wanted to share the outfit of the day. I have been waiting to be able to wear this dress because it has made me really, really excited. I love all of the florals, but they're fall florals, the blackberries. This makes me think of my dad, and because he loved this time of year when he could go around the fence row and pick dewberries and blackberries. And so I'm gonna walk this way. Little Aerosmith. That out of the way. Okay, so this was my outfit of the day for church. These boots are from Wal-Mart. This is the Faux Suede chocolate covered. That would be tasty. That would be lovely. A little impractical, but I'd probably enjoy that. So this is the Faux Suede chocolate colored, not chocolate covered, jacket. And I'm gonna step back because I also want to show you my handbag. Been waiting to show this as well. Oh Lordy. The reader tiara is really sparkly. But anyway, this too was H&M. These two found them. I don't think I found them together, but I definitely figured that they would go together really well. So here was the actual whole ensemble at church today. Even though it's not like, it was in the 50s this morning, it's getting close to 75 or 78 today, but inside church, they have the air conditioner on. You'd think being married to the lead pastor, you might say something like, it's not 95 degrees outside, but I get it. It's a lot of people in there, and you don't want people to go hot because then that's miserable too. But for people like me, I always have to bring a sweater or a jacket. Doesn't matter if it's the heat of summer. I always have a sweater or a summer sweater or a summer jacket with me. But this, love this. It has lots of room. The essentials, of course, little wallet. The other essential, never leave home without a Tide pen. This is revolutionary. I will say, sometimes you can just scrub it off, whatever the stain is, and then sometimes you have to scrub it and then go back over it with like a wet cloth, because the detergenty part of it will sort of stick around longer than I like for it to. So, and again, but these are for like emergency moments because I eat like a toddler. And the other essentials, you gotta have a Band-Aid at all. I mean, you just do. And I'm not even like, I don't have toddlers, I don't have little people, but I need a Band-Aid for various and sundry things. I need the lip gloss. And this, y'all, I am a huge fan of, this is, I don't know why I'm contorting to show you this. This is TOTE, T-A-R-T-E. New brand to me. I'm sure all of you makeup galleys have been long lovers of it, but this, here's what's so cool. I could set this down instead of doing it like that. It has this spongy tip, and this is a fall kind of berry color, again, with the blackberries. You see why I need a Tide pen, because I almost got that on my shirt because I can't not talk with my hands. But if you click it like a pen, and then it goes on your lips. And this is fun. I know everyone wants to see what it is. But it has that little bit of not a tingle, but it just feels, remember how when we were all addicted to Carmex? It's kind of like that, but hopefully not addictive. We'll find out, I'm sure it's probably not good, but that most important thing that I carry with me at all times, the Tic Tac. Sometimes I take them out because it's so noisy, especially in church. You don't want to be the noisy one, especially as pastors like going, shh, people shushing me. But that is what is in the bag. These are my essentials, what I consider to be my essentials, but I absolutely love this. It's, again, Faux Suede, H&M. Here's the thing that I found. So I could not find it on the website for H&M, but it was in the store. And I watch a lot of British stuff. I think I've shared that with y'all. And they have it on the British website for H&M, but they did not have it on the US website. So you have to go hunt for it. So I found that very sad because it's lovely. And now it's really toasty and warm. So I'm gonna go now. Okay.
My extrovert self wanted to go to this event. My introvert self right now is going, I'm tired.
So, I just heard buzzing. It's the only problem with the love of the outdoors. I don't love what feel like predators. I realize they're just pollinators, but they feel like predators. Anyway, I wanted to share a thought for the day. I don't tend to get anywhere early. I try not to be late, but I certainly don't get there early. And so I got there mid-range, like middle of the rush of people. And our late service, we have 3 weekly services, and the last service on Sunday is usually the one I attend. Especially, it's always been a thing, but especially with the chronic fatigue. I also went to late service when our girls were little because the mornings were, as you can imagine, I had solo duty because Rob was always at the church already, and so it was always chaos to get 2 little people. And when my dad lived with us, get everyone all ready and get to church. But when I sat down today and I looked around, first of all, I love that our church is looking more and more like what I know it will look like in heaven. And nothing thrills me more than seeing my brothers and sisters in Christ and everyone smiling and comfortable. And you know, some people are a little dressed up, some people are not. We don't it's not a thing to be dressed up in our church. I dress up because, as I've shared before, on the days that I feel good that I can get out, I'm gonna dress up because it makes me feel good. But that is certainly not even a cultural expectation in our services. I do like sometimes to sit further back in the service so that I can just experience everyone else experiencing it, particularly because sometimes I've already been to 2 services, or I've watched Rob preach the first service or the Thursday night service or whatever. So it's not that I'm not trying to pay attention, I really am, but I also may have heard it a few times. And today it hit me in a way that was kind of unique and sweet, that I'm sitting there and I'm sort of at the end of the row. And today I was by myself because Annie wasn't feeling great. And I'm sitting in the middle-ish, and I realize, I look around, and this is true of every church I've ever been in, that people always want to sit on the end of the rows. And the one thing the staff of a church wants you to do is fill in the space in the middle, because you have then people who are coming in at the time of the service or late, whatever that's a squishy time frame, and it's awkward for them to have to ask to cut in. It's so fascinating to me that we as human beings, and again, I've been seeing this for years and years, that we don't like to be in the center. We like to be on the ends of it. And I just felt like that translated into something global at the moment, that there is something very uncomfortable about being in the middle, being in the center. And I get that part of that is I need an escape route. I need to be able to get out to go to the restroom, or if there's an emergency, but at the end of the day, somebody has to be here in the center lane. And I think it's true on the interstate too, right? You either got the people that want to always be in the fast lane, or people like me who like being in the slow lane. But the middle lane is that no man's land. Like, it's just so confusing. And I think there's just a deepness to that when I sat and pondered it, as I do, that not being able to be comfortable just being in the middle season, you know, when it's the in-betweeners, when you're in between something that was hard, moving towards something that was great, or having had the most amazing season, and now you can feel the harder season coming closer and closer and closer, whatever that is. Like, even the aging process. Like, I love that most of the people my age keep calling ourselves middle-aged. It's like, are we going to live to be 112? I hope so, maybe. But the middle is confusing. It's uncomfortable. It's being in the center, even on issues that the whole world is blowing up. People gravitate towards these polar ends. Let me stay here, because then I can either escape, or I can kind of hold tight to my position. Because that is one thing, like when people come at the end of the row, and even our ushers, we have people who help people find a seat. People in the end, they do not want to move. Like, that's like, are you kidding me? Like, they're like Sheldon on Big Bang Theory. Like, this is my spot. And not that they sit in that same seat every week, but I have chosen the end for a reason. This makes me feel safe and whole. And we shy away from that which is uncomfortable. We shy away from finding out what is it like to just be in the middle season, to go sit in the center of something and be okay with the unknown of our escape routes, the unknown of why is this bothering me so much. And I can't help but think about a group of women that I adore. They are the most lovely people, and we all became friends via a book that I wrote called The Invisible Line, and we created a study guide to go along with it. And we would meet on Saturday mornings, as that's not an unusual thing, right? Because people work on Fridays, and then we all have church on Sundays. And so we'd meet from about 10 to, it was supposed to be 10 to noon, but it was often 10 to 2 because we just enjoyed each other's company so much. And we didn't all look alike. We all had different pigmentation, melanin, and we all came from different states growing up, different areas of the country. Some of us even literally from other countries, whether it was spending time there or grew up there. And the beauty of that was twofold. What could have been and was probably a lifetime of being far apart, we moved into the center and had wonderful, uncomfortable, blessed, anointed, revealing, vulnerable, all those sticky emotive words were the conversations that we had, and the relationships that we have built with each other. I wouldn't want to live this life without those women now. And one of them we've had to. She went on to be with the Lord. She lost her battle with cancer. But even then, we all rallied together and saw her off with her family to her new journey with the Lord. But we call ourselves, this is really original, but we call ourselves the Saturday Sisters. And the reason for that is we met on Saturday. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But it's also because of what Saturday means to us in a faith sense. And here's what I mean. Friday of Easter, of Resurrection Sundays, that time period is what we refer to as Good Friday, and it is because that was the day that we believe that Christ was crucified. And then he rose again on Sunday. And what was in between was the Saturday. It was this uncomfortable, confusing, discombobulating, painful, full of suffering day in the middle that we knew, and they knew, and we now know is the day between what was so hard and the day that we were promised. And that's where we as sisters walk. Like, we walk together in this middle section of, we're not where we want to be as a world, as a people, as a church, as a whatever, as a human, as an individual. But we know we're not where we were. And so we are trying desperately to together walk together in that uncomfortable center space of loving, beautiful conversations, loving, raw, honest. I can't even think of all the descriptions to put on our times together. And as of late, with my chronic fatigue and whatnot, we haven't been together very much, but we're going to be this Saturday. And I cannot wait. And I can't wait to express to them what I'm expressing to you. They know it. We have a group chat, and we check in on each other, and we pray for each other, and we post things that encourage each other, or we lament with each other, or we put in there things that we are sad that have happened, and the grief that we may feel about this or that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Like, if you are a person who thinks for just even a split second that you could never move to the center of the pew, the center of the row, we don't have pews, I just want to encourage you to try it. Like, physically try it wherever you are, whatever the circumstances. Move into where other people are, move into conversations that you've never had, and you think, I am not gonna go there. And I get it, because when you're over here and it's so loud and people are shouting this and they're shouting that, sometimes being in that middle space, that center space, is where it's quiet, and you can find other people that want to have decent, respectful, honoring, divine kind of conversations. And they may end up being the very people that you would stand in front of a bus for, that you would lay down your life for, that you know would do the same thing for you. The ones who bring you food, the ones who check on you when you are sad, the ones who just only want your best. And the only way you may be able to find them is the way we did, is moving in, being a little closer to that middle, where not a lot of people want to go. Anyway, that's my deep thought for today. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this day. May film a little more, I don't know. I'll keep you posted, but I am eternally grateful for those women, for my church, for my faith, for any of you who are watching, and I hope that something that I've said or say blesses or encourages you in some way. Anyway, thanks. Hope y'all have a great day. Bye. I am so excited, very excited. I look very tired because it's not a great physical day, But I'm so excited. My friends are here for the first time since COVID. Okay. Whew, I look so tired. This is our morning, Saturday morning. My Saturday sisters are here, and Rob did everything to make it beautiful.
Well, I didn't do much.
Yeah, you did. Thank you. Whoop.